Hey there, let's talk about your English skills. I want you to think of them like a toolkit. Right now, we're going to add 8 really essential tools to that kit. Tools that are going to help you fix some common mistakes, seriously boost your confidence, and just make your conversations flow so much better. You ready to get started? Because that's exactly what we're going to do. This is a fast, focused tune-up. We're going to zero in on those small errors that, can actually cause some pretty big confusion. And I'll give you clear, simple fixes you can literally start using today.
All right, first things first, we have to make sure your foundation is strong. These next few points are the absolute fundamentals of grammar. They hold everything else up. And trust me, getting these right makes a massive difference.
Now, I know this looks simple, but this is such a common trip-up. Just remember, possessive words like my, your, or his have to match the owner of the thing. So it's his book if the book belongs to a man, and her car if the car belongs to a woman. It's all about who owns it, not what the object is.
Okay, this rule is one of the most useful ones in English, for real. It's almost always this simple. You use some for positive sentences and any for negative sentences and for questions. So I have some ideas. I don't have any ideas. Do you have any ideas? See that? It's a really clean, reliable pattern. But there is one tiny exception. So yeah, here's that little exception. When you're making an offer, like, would you like some tea? Or you're making a polite request, like, can I have some water, please? You actually use some. So why is that? Well, it's because you're expecting or at least hoping for a yes answer. So for offers and requests, think positive, think yes, and use some. Articles, a and the. I know, they can be a real headache. So let's just boil them down to 3 main jobs. You use a or an to introduce something new, one of many possible things. You use the when you're pointing to something specific that we both already know about, and you use no article at all when you're talking about a general concept like love or music or most names. Thinking about their job in the sentence makes it all so much easier. Okay, let's move on to our next set of tools. This part is all about those sneaky little words that look or sound kind of similar but can totally change the meaning of what you're trying to say. Learning to dodge these little traps is a huge step towards sounding more fluent. This is a fantastic trick for remembering your time prepositions. Just think of it like a funnel, okay? We start really big in general with in, like in 2025, in July, in the afternoon. Then we get a bit more specific with on for single days, on Monday, on my birthday. And finally, we get super precise, narrowing it down to an exact point with at 9 p.m., at noon. See? Big to small, in, on, at. With this one, the key is all in the sound. Quiet has 2 sounds, 2 syllables, qui-et. That means no noise. But quite has just 1 sound, 1 syllable, quate. And that means fairly, or rather. So a quiet library has no noise. A film that was quite good was, pretty good. The sound tells you everything you need to know. Okay, here's a subtle one, but it's really important. A stranger is just anyone you don't know. A foreigner is specifically someone from a different country. So think about it. A person from your very own city can be a stranger to you, but they can't be a foreigner. I love this one. It's just 2 sides of the same coin. Borrow is about receiving, and lend is about giving. The easiest way to remember is to think about the direction of the action. You take or borrow something from someone. You give or lend something to someone. Can I borrow your pen? And can you lend me your pen? Mean the exact same thing, just from a different person's perspective. All right, for our final section, we're moving beyond just being correct. This is about being effective. These last few tools are all about helping you sound more natural, more polite, and honestly, just more confident when you're in a real conversation. Oh, this is a golden rule of English conversation. You only say nice to meet you the very first time. If you say it to someone you've met before, it can sound like you completely forgot them, which, can be a little awkward. So the key takeaway is after that first time, you switch to nice to see you or good to see you again. It's a small change that makes a huge difference. These phrases might seem simple, but they are definitely not the same thing. Waking up is when your brain switches on in the morning. Getting up is when your body physically leaves the bed. So you might wake up at 7, but then lie there and not actually get up until 7:15. It's the same at night. You go to bed to start the process of sleeping, but you fall asleep a little while later. Being precise with these will make your stories about your day sound so much more natural.
This next tool is a real power-up for your communication skills, seriously. The way you ask for things can completely change the kind of response you get. Let's look at how just a few simple word changes can transform a demand into a nice, polite request.
And this just shows the difference so clearly. Just look at the left side versus the right side. Swapping I want for I would like, or starting a question with could you or could I, instantly makes you sound more respectful and just pleasant. This isn't just about grammar anymore. This is about social intelligence, and it's a tool that will open so many doors for you. So, there we have it. We've strengthened your foundation with some core grammar. We've learned how to dodge those tricky word traps, and we've added some really powerful tools to help you speak with real confidence and politeness. That's your 8 essential fixes for your communication toolkit. Now, the most important part of all is actually putting these tools to use. So think about what we just covered. Which one of those tools feels like it will make the biggest difference for you right now? I want you to pick one, just one, focus on it this week, and really work on making it a natural part of your English.